Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to another little live stream doing here. Sunday night live stream. Yes, yes, yes. The hockey fights, that was good for the NHL, man. I mean, that's the USA versus Canada. It's heating up. That little battle, that little skirmish going on. When is altcoin season? You got to give it a few months. It's Grock 3 season. You've been looking at Grock 3, dude. We got it. I mean, DeepSeek went to 60 million. I think it's got to be at least 60 million tomorrow. I'm just concerned people are going to front run it, honestly. Yeah, Trump was at the Daytona 500, I think, is what it was. That's where Trump was. You've got Kamala Harris. I mean, Kamala just, why is she always so drunk, though?
For those rights to be maintained, you have to be vigilant, and it's just the nature of it. Yes, I mean, look I mean, this beautiful play and everything that we know he was suppressed, he had to suppress so much. But he knew, and he took those risks. But we have to be clear-eyed.
Why do people let her go out like this? They just don't care.
And it doesn't mean we don't see the beauty in everything, right? These things all coexist. But I believe we fight for something, not against something.
Yes.
Right. And that's
I mean, this is like the moron intervention. She's like 2 + 2 is 4. Yes, it's so insightful. If we fight for something, then we fight for something, and it's worth fighting for. Yes, it's ooh. I mean, this woman's horribly drunk. They're like, it's sad. Yeah, you're right. It is sad. That's what I said. You talking about Alex Bregman? Yeah, that dude going to the Red Sox. Remember that? Remember on the Astros, the cheating bullshit with him? Why are there like 12 people there? I don't know where this is, honestly. I just saw it, and she's just say happy birthday to my friend. Dude, I saw that. I legit just saw that troll in a compilation on YouTube. Zelensky, the risk that Russia will occupy Europe is 100%. So Zelensky, this is a strategy from the Ukrainians. They have to say, oh, it's so terrible. Russia's going to take over all of Europe if you... I mean, I don't even know what does Zelensky want at this point. I mean, you're in a negotiation period, so I understand Zelensky wants the support of Europe, but it's just all bullshit negotiations. Yeah, that Trump quote, he tweeted that out too, about how he's saving the country. Got 6 inches of snow. Yeah, we got like 10 inches or so. It's not good today. Imagine California succeeds, elects Harris as first president, and gets tariffed by Trump. They can join Denmark. Remember Denmark wants to take California now, apparently. It's a joke. Did you see the new Captain America movie? No, I didn't. Do you think his latest tweet is concerning? Are you talking about the... Yeah, I know what you're talking about. No, that's just something Trump says. I mean, Trump already views the courts as rigged against him based off of, I mean, what happened in New York for sure. To me, I don't really think it's... I think it's more so like an impassioned battle cry to his base, honestly. Have you taken the pledge for Trump's legion? I'm not even sure. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure. Kevin, what's up, man? When do liberal states get a Doge? What you mean investigated for? I mean, well, it depends who the leadership of those states. If they're all Democrats, it's going to be very hard to do that. I guess it depends with in terms of federal law versus state law. But I mean, if they vote them in, I mean, states have their own rights and laws. What's going on with AOC? I don't know. I mean, I think AOC is just doing the generic Trump is horrible, he's a threat, and it's just, I mean, it's the same stuff over and over again with these people. It really is going to have to, they're going to have to come up with something else. She'll come out with her TikTok video and we'll see it on X and it's the worst thing ever and Trump's going to destroy everyone and he's going to put people in camps. But it's like when you see one of those AOC videos like once every 3 weeks and you'll just see it out there. It's like, all right, that's fine. Just move along. Grock 3. Yeah, dude, I've been taking a look at this. Dude, come on. I mean, when you think about it, man, this is a legitimate asset. If DeepSeek can go to 60 million, this has at least got to go to 30 million. I think it goes to 30 million. The problem is people are going to front run it. So I think, what does it release tomorrow? Grock 3 releases tomorrow at 11 o'clock Eastern at night. Dude, I need the dude. If this just does a 10x, just do a 10x. Just go to 20 million. There's so much hype around it. People are selling the hype. There's so much hype around this, man. What made you switch from politics and sports? Well, the election mainly, I would say, is when I switched to well, like before the election, 7 or 8 months before the election when I had to really, I mean, I was already kind of switching. It was the 2 videos that I released that got like, I mean, I got like 1 million views on one of the videos. It was pretty random. It was about Biden stepping down, but I was always doing political videos, like a few political videos a week. But I mean, I don't know if the sports are really all sustainable. Or March Madness is certainly not sustainable. You can do March Madness 1 month. That's basically it. Like, I could do March Madness in March, obviously, but other than that, it's just college football. You could, I mean, it depends. College football doesn't have a ton of views either in it. I mean, it has some. If you're able to, it's more like you have to build it up year by year. NFL, it's just so oversaturated. Politics is obviously oversaturated, but if you can get into it, you get into the algorithm. It's very, very easy. The videos for politics are very easy to do. TDS just isn't powerful anymore. Media can cry all they want. Nobody sees it. Yeah. Well, I mean, and also it's got to demoralize them. Everything they do gets called TDS. And now, I mean, I'm just going to start saying every criticism against Trump is TDS because it makes them angry. Yep, we got a TDS survivor. Are we rolling over to Grock 4? No, dude, I've got, look up the coin JFK files. Take a look at that coin when the JFK files are coming out soon. There's another coin called JFK. There's like 3 other coins I'm looking at. Grock 4 is not going to come out for a while. I wouldn't roll it over because it's not, it takes a while for these things. If anything, I would put it in DeepSeek because DeepSeek is releasing their next version, I think sometime in April. Kamala is going to be the next governor of California. Yeah, it looks that way. It's somebody tell me if this thing tomorrow. I think it'll go up. We just need a 10x. That's it. Is it so hard to get a 10x off of this thing? We just need it to run to 20. Just run to 20, dude. If it ran to 20, could you imagine? I mean, I wonder like the amount of hype tomorrow when Musk releases it. It's like sell the news, please no. Yeah, they're taking antidepressants away. They really overprescribe antidepressants. That's a problem. Yeah, this lady is just a total. I mean, I did a video on this lady. This is the unfortunate stuff. Like, it's really sad. She can't even have a conversation.
We don't have to. Hey.
My heart.
Why do you get so emotional though? Stop. Like, let's just have a conversation. We need.
You break my heart. Deport AOC. How is an illegal immigrant a representative on the damn? Well, Ilhan Omar should be deported, I believe. Because I mean, this has been a rumor. I think it's actually true now. Liberals like, no, it's a conspiracy. I mean, she married her brother so he could become legal or something, or he could enter the United States. I think that's actually true. They're like, no, you're dumb conservatives. No, if you look into it, it's actually true. Honestly, when will you do your first crypto only stream? I don't think I have the base to do that. I don't think I would get many viewers if I did crypto only. Ukraine war ends this week, you think? I think it's going to last longer with negotiations. There's probably going to be a long negotiating period, I would say. But I mean, obviously there's a ton of people talking, like, it seems like that's the next segment of the Trump administration, is ending that war. And there's going to be meetings in Saudi Arabia. Ukraine apparently is not involved in those meetings, which, I mean, surprises me a bit, honestly. It's okay to say antidepressants help you in the short term and antidepressants are bad long term. Well, I just think they're being overprescribed, but I think most people agree with that. But the thing is, nothing would really change unless you put someone like RFK in there. That's the thing with Trump. At least he's putting in some people that are probably going to change some things rather than the status quo. Because if Harris had gotten in, it would be her cabinet would just be all these fucking establishment liberal people. There'd be nothing that would change. Trump at the 500 today was corny. I mean, I didn't even see it, honestly. I saw the clip of him, in the talking to the drivers or whatever through the audio in the Beast. Malay rugged everyone. Yeah, that was. I still don't know what happened there, man. It looks like it's a situation where there looked like somebody kind of got into his inner circle, and then I don't know if because the thing is, I'm not even sure he controls his account or not, because a lot of the times other people control. But I mean, that was horrible. That stuff cannot happen. I mean, honestly, even if a nation or a country launched a meme coin and did it legit, it's still complete bullshit. They shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. It just takes away liquidity anyways. $27 out of 30 Biden's cabinet were dual citizens. Yeah, I'm sure it's like a fucking prerequisite that you had to check the box of that. 27 out of 30. What was your first election? My first one that I was like, I knew what was going on, or like, had a rooting interest and was old enough, was 2016. Did you watch NBA All-Star events? I mean, I saw some of the clips. I didn't watch them. Dude, it's unfortunate. I don't even know what they're doing now with the NBA. I could go off talking about the NBA with their... I mean, it's crazy because the NFL I can kind of understand. With the Pro Bowl, all right, it is football. You are taking unnecessary hits. You could get injured. But they ruin the Pro Bowl too, because now it's flag football. It's just crap. But I can kind of understand that. The NBA, these players not trying at all in the NBA. I mean, that's leadership. They just have zero leadership in the NBA. And also, it's just this new culture to where they just take games off. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's a horrible culture. It erodes the product. So the higher ups have to see that, and they have to put in very strict guidelines on these players and say, listen, you might have your strategy where it's like, well, I have a 1% chance of getting injured during the All-Star game if I play. We don't give a fuck. There's going to be some serious penalties. You need to play, and because it erodes the product. But yeah, I mean, the NBA, now they're doing this thing where they got like 3 games, I think. It's just terrible. Even Justin Trudeau was laughing and booing. Well, they booed the American, national anthem. They've been doing that during those NHL games in Canada, where they'll boo the U.S. national anthem, with kind of the rhetoric going on right now with Trump and everything like that. This is pretty nice to see this. This is good. hopefully they'll be able to save it. But I mean, this is all DEI. Most of this is like DEI, like civil rights. I mean, this is strengthening independent voices. This is just crazy. And then they say male circumcision in Mozambique. Yeah. I'm glad they put that tracker up there. That's pretty nice. It's good to reference it, though, so these people can just... Sup, bro? What's going on, man? You quit watching the NBA since 2019 when they kissed China's butt. Yeah, I mean, the NBA is just... There's way too much offense anyways. I mean, I watched the NBA in, like... Until probably, like, 2018. But I really didn't stop because I was protesting it. I just think there was too much offense at a certain point. NBA is progressive, NFL is conservative with traditions for the most part. Yeah, but even NFL had that shit as well. They had some of that BLM, like DEI type stuff. But I know what you're saying. NFL, it's just kind of... They're different sports, and there's a lot more people involved in terms of rosters within the NFL. $50 million a year playing a fun game like basketball and they don't give an F. Life's not fair. Well, you know how it is when you get spoiled. It becomes like, well, so these players are all spoiled rotten. And look, you know, I'm sure it's a very taxing thing, but it's like when you're spoiled like that and you allow it to fester and you don't have proper leadership over these players just trample over the you know, Adam Silver completely. He's just a puppet. You have to have stern, and that's the whole thing with like this players' rights movement. It's just like the, you know, MLB and their situation. Nobody wants to blame the players. The only reason there's not a salary cap is because of the players. That's it. The players' union. That's why there's not a salary cap, and they'll probably have another strike or whatever in 2026, I think, and then everyone's gonna blame the owners again. And look, the owners, you know, but I mean, these players, they just want as much money as possible. They don't give a fuck about, oh, the Dodgers are spending fucking $2 trillion on a roster. I mean, the players are happy about that. They just want as much money as possible. IDK, how Levi Stadium got a Super Bowl, will most likely be their last one. I agree. I'm not a fan of Levi. It's a very bland stadium. It's because it's in Santa Clara. I mean, it's a good place for people to come in during the winter months. But I don't think Levi was done amazingly well. It was kind of a weird stadium when it was pretty cheap, like 1.4 billion if I remember correctly. But yeah, I mean, I'm sick and tired of that stadium getting big events. I mean, they got like, I think they've already gotten 2 college football national titles. I definitely remember one. But yeah, that stadium is just, it's even for 49ers games, I don't think it's just a bad environment. And the 49ers are a good team. In the All-Star, wait, no. You're saying in the NHL All-Star game they had Indian kids singing "Oh Canada"? Yeah, I mean, did they bring out Canadians to? I mean, I think it's a pretty good example of what's happening in Canada. Thoughts on Elon plowing Ashley St. Clair? Story came out of nowhere. Yeah, you know, I think the conservative space is a bit of a mess when it comes to, I don't know, I mean, everyone calls them grifters and stuff, but it's like, I mean, what, you know, Elon, I guess I can understand. I still can't understand the idea, and people say, well, you're just, you know, you're not a Chad, you're not an alpha, you're not rich, but I just can't understand why these guys are just like even someone like Elon just fucking all these girls, and I'm sure they're hot and stuff, and I get it, but it's like it's like there's no actual family there, you know. But I don't know. I guess I'm not on that level. But I never understood it. I mean, it's like they do these things. It's really just giving into, to me, a weak temptation rather than just staying loyal to one woman. But I think Elon's just a weirdo anyways. He doesn't, this is not American culture. Fucking all these women and then naming the kid fucking CO2. It's like, what is this bullshit, dude? You name your kid XYZ double. It's like, and people want to embrace that, like, oh, look at little X. Get your kid a real name. It's like the kid's a fucking robot. Should or should not Trump occupy Gaza? Dude, that's not popular. No, it's not. That is not popular among the MAGA base. Only the old boomers are obsessed with supporting Israel. It's not popular. If you want it to be over, I can understand that, but it needs to go to other countries, not the United States. Annex Australia, send all the criminals there. Australia, we have some things in common with Australia, but you see Australia, the amount of people, and there's so much empty land in Australia. Would it be possible to move the NFL to summer schedule to have northern Super Bowls? Or is it tradition? Yeah, no, I think the tradition's way too strong. Plus, you would overlap significantly with MLB. I mean, look at the schedule. Look at the MLB schedule versus NBA versus NFL. They're all staggered up against each other. They're not going to overlap them. I mean, I guess the only thing I would say is you could start it. You could start it a little bit earlier, like late July. But yeah, I mean, I don't think they would ever do that. Doesn't he have 13 kids? I don't know at this point. I thought he had 9, but maybe he does have 13. Future military implications for SpaceX. Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing with their technology, they'll probably be able to execute some missions, honestly. I mean, they do have some crazy technology. How much do I have to donate to see you do an Elon? What is that? What does that even mean? See me do an Elon? I bet Elon did DMT and saw a vision of something he named X being successful. That's why he names everything X. Now, I thought X was like this supposedly sign of the future. It wasn't like the letter of the future or something. I thought that's what it was. Would you marry 4 wives? It's just degeneracy. No, I'm not interested in that life, man. Just won $800 on college basketball. Decent win. Yeah, I'm looking to do very well with meme coins here. But when I was younger, I did some betting myself. Not anymore, though. Oh, you mean the Roman salute? I mean, I think you could do that, honestly. I don't think it's an issue. It's a Roman salute. You hate what MLB does not having a salary cap? Yeah, it's terrible, man. I don't get why it's like that. Like, look at this. You've got all the people in DC freaking the fuck out. This is just corruption. This is corruption leaving Washington. This right here is why Trump's approval rating should be high. Criminal defense lawyer, interest over time, it went to 100%. Wire money. Lawyer. Cayman Islands. Cayman Islands goes to 100%. Crypto fraud, hide money. When were you younger? You can't be older than 25. Yeah. Um, I'm 25. Do you collect college football mini helmets? No, we used to have NFL mini helmets though. All of them. What do you think of Tate saying sex should only be for procreation and fun? Sex is gay. I think Tate is just. I think he does certain things and then tries to justify it through his own, the making of his own moral standard. I think that dude is kind of. I mean, look at his history. Why is he schooling anyone on whether or not people should be having sex? Really, we're gonna listen to what he has to say with his history. I mean, and I also he just says a lot of shit just to say it, so people talk about him. I mean, look at his bruv party, for example. When do you think the cycle ends? The crypto cycle, probably Christmas, maybe really early. I mean, hopefully it lasts. I'm hoping it lasts that long. There's people originally thought it was going to be the cycle was going to come sooner, but going to watch the NBA All-Star. No, I'm not. It's not even an All-Star game, dude. It's 2 games, I think. It's not even East versus West. They can't do it anymore because there's nobody tries. I mean, I wish it was East versus West, but they just won't try. So it's just no leadership in the NBA. These players just walk right all over the leadership. They walk over the owners. It's just. Did you see Sulik win his show? Yeah. I mean, he looked good, but I think that was like the smaller event for him, and now he's going for the bigger one. If you're only 25, why do you have so many 9/11 videos? I don't know. 9/11 was always just interesting for me. I think it's just the aspect of 2 massive skyscrapers collapsing at the same time. But speaking of that, I have 2 videos right now that I cannot get through monetization restrictions. I keep re-uploading them as drafts, and these are 2 9/11 videos. They're already done, but I'm trying to get them monetized, and hopefully this one will get through. The other one, I don't think. One of them is titled "The Last Photos Documented Inside the Twin Towers." The other one is titled "Weird Stuff That Happened Around the Twin Towers Leading Up to 9/11." So I'm hoping to get those. A human is going to have to review them, and hopefully it gets okayed. But I keep having to re-upload them and try and get like different people to review them because they do something really weird with their system. Because like I've uploaded videos and it'll get hit with an ad suitability problem. Then you have a human review it. Then they'll say, nope, it's still a problem. Then you re-upload it again. And then a different person reviews it and they say it's good. But I mean, I've been fighting this with the 9/11 stuff. It's very hard to get it monetized. I mean, there's certain videos that you can, but not gonna lie, I'd support the Bruv Party. Actually had a lot of good ideas. Yeah, but those ideas were ripped. That's ripped straight from like just America First. I mean, that's what he was doing. It was just that was a grift. I mean, you can say that you would support that party because it's. I mean, that party. What he was saying was exactly what I would figure. Someone like him would say, and yeah, I mean, certainly I would agree on paper. Those are, but you need the right messenger because that's a drastic change for that country that would never happen with someone like Tate leading. Have you seen a guy from the large hedge fund saying Bitcoin will crash to 65K in March? Well, they always say Bitcoin's going to crash, man. You just look at the 4-year cycle. I think it's basically impossible. Also, the amount of acceptance it has just with countries. I mean, countries basically accept Bitcoin as like a form of digital gold. Look at, I mean, they were talking about doing this Bitcoin strategic. Now it's like the digital asset strategic reserve, but there's going to be a bunch of Bitcoin involved in that. I told the lib we are in a $170 billion trade deficit with Mexico, and he said, oh, it doesn't matter because he's a racist and a misogynistic person. That's not even an argument. But I mean, these people, you know, the whole tariff thing, this is what I would say to tell liberals. The reason Trump does the tariffs is because it forces these smaller countries to do immediate action. It forces immediate action. That's the point. And then they're like, well, they were already going to deploy troops. Well, no, they weren't doing it. So Trump's forced the action with tariffs. And then they said, all right, we'll compromise. We don't want the tariffs. Because, of course, they can't have the tariffs because the United States holds leverage over them because of the amount of things they sell to the United States. I mean, they need us. They need American companies. JD's speech in Germany was awesome. Yeah, that was a good speech by JD. There's no doubt. I'm surprised I was more interested in the immigration stuff rather than him talking about free speech, but it was kind of funny. He was talking about free speech, and then they come up there and they were like, no, you can't say that. Well, yeah, that's the whole point. You don't allow free speech. $5, poor Bin Laden had nothing to do with 9/11. Thank you for the 5. Trade California for Greenland. That's what Denmark proposed as a joke. They seriously proposed that. Go look it up. The German people are protesting. You're joking. They're protesting over what Vance said? Or you mean they're like the right-wing group there is protesting? And I love how they refer to that group that Elon supports, the AFD. They're like, oh, they're alt-right. Complete bullshit. I think the leader is a lesbian. People were telling me she's a lesbian. Like, yeah, that's an alt-right group, sure. But you see how they try and move it to where it's like any right-wing group is alt-right? So they do that to try and, you know, demoralize it. Alex Jones Alex has been taking some heat from those people for not going after him. I've seen that. Yeah. I mean, Alex likes to say globalists. I guess they don't like that. What day will Cash Patel be confirmed? Dude, I don't know. I mean, people keep asking me about these confirmations, but it just drags on. It's like a day-to-day thing. They're like, oh, now Tulsi's going to be confirmed at 11 a.m. tomorrow. I mean, I think there's like a certain, like, there's different votes that have to be done, and then once a vote is done, then it's like within 12 hours. But I mean, it's got to happen this week, and then maybe the JFK files start coming out, but I think they're having a hearing for that, which maybe in March. Have you had In-N-Out before? Yeah, I had it once before when I went to Las Vegas in like 2016. The AFD's platform does actually call for no public display of any Islam culture. Well, they have a bigger issue with it than we do. So I mean, I can understand them going more hardcore. But I mean, I feel like it feels like Trump was more hardcore against immigration in 2016 when you look at his message from what I remember. I mean, not that his policies, some of his policies worked a little bit for sure. I mean, anything's better than what fucking liberals do with immigration. The only reason Obama was decent against immigration was because he inherited all of Bush's policies that were very anti-immigration because of 9/11. Heidi Heitkamp just announced a run for Senate in 2026. What do you think? Does she have a chance as a former senator? I honestly, I don't know, man. JD Vance taking shit from some conservative people, Groypers in particular, because of how he was aligned with numerous globalist groups. Yeah, well, they relate everything back to those people. I mean, I guess we'll see what happens with JD Vance, but with those people, it's more of a smear campaign because nothing's right wing enough for them. Which I mean, I understand. Ideally, there would be a lot stricter immigration laws than what Trump has. What's all this fuzz about AFD if they're going to lose elections? Well, with Germany, with how it works, this is it. They might get a significant amount in terms of total seats, but because this is like their first actual time as a party, they're not going to get much power. But then the next election is when they're able to take a bunch of the seats. I think that's how it works in Germany. Even if they get like 30 or like 40 or 50% of the votes, that doesn't mean they're going to get 40 or 50% seats. But then they're going to set them up for the next election, whenever that is. I don't know, years from now. But I mean, that seems to be the way in which these European countries are moving. France moved more right wing, but it wasn't right enough. The UK moved more right wing, but it wasn't right enough. And now look at the new leader of the UK, who's meeting with Trump, by the way. He's got an approval rating of about 25%, I think. Because they've had attacks and I mean, they almost had like I don't want to say they almost had a civil war, but because of it was like someone, you guys know that kid with the knife attacking those 3 girls in Great Britain. And they're like, oh, he's from the UK, so you can't be racist. It's like, seriously? Did you see Malay's crypto? Yeah, I don't know what happened with that, man. I mean, that dude, did he know what he was doing? I mean, because I know people are like, well, he scammed everyone. But does he really know what he's doing? Seriously? Would he really destroy his reputation for that? I feel like he probably got in bed with the wrong people, and they said this is going to promote, and, somebody explained it decently about how leaders of countries that need money will just take certain deals, and this dude got on his good side, and then it was like, well, this is just part of the process, you need to promote this. But I mean, how dumb do you have to be? The other thing is with a lot of these leaders is a lot of them they're not the ones tweeting from their accounts. Now, I'm not saying someone got into his account and tweeted for him, but it just seems like he was probably swindled in some way. I mean, would you seriously, I don't know, would you seriously destroy your entire reputation over, it just doesn't make sense to me. In-N-Out is very overrated. Yeah, I mean, there's like In-N-Out and Five Guys, but apparently Five Guys costs like $40 now, man. Five Guys is really expensive. I haven't had Five Guys in a while. Five Guys is like, it's a lot, man. Can't believe the amount of brainwashed Ohioans that actually plan to vote for Ramaswamy for governor. Well, I mean, that's in 2026. I don't know. Is there early polling that says he's gonna win easily? I don't know. I did see one poll that had him up, but they haven't even started campaigning. I don't think for that, man. Only Republican not voting for Trump's picks is Mitch McConnell. Well, thankfully it doesn't matter, but yeah. I mean, Mitch McConnell is going in and out in a wheelchair. That's Whataburger. Yeah, isn't that's like a Texas burger joint, Whataburger. I don't think I've ever had Whataburger. It kind of seems like it's average, I don't know, but maybe it's good. Have a live stream party at McConnell's retirement. I think McConnell will just still be in. He'll still be in it when he's like 115 years old. Liberals will be like, yeah, he's fine. But you don't consider Five Guys fast food? Well, yeah, no, Five Guys wouldn't be considered fast food because it's really not a drive-through establishment. Think about it. It's got to be drive-through to be fast food. Five Guys is just a burger joint. I mean, In-N-Out, I guess you could say is fast food, though. But Five Guys, I mean, maybe they do have drive-through Five Guys. We don't have any drive-through Five Guys. You got to go in and order. But it takes time with those. No, I think you have to go in and order at every Five Guys. It takes time with the burgers. Would you ever post the 9/11 videos on X? I mean, I'm open to doing it, but I don't really see the point. Really, X does not. I don't even think X's view count is accurate. Honestly, it's like, trust me, it doesn't really. What is the purpose of me posting it on X other than to, I guess, get followers? But even that, people don't really watch videos on X. Could you see Trump doing a state of emergency for a false flag and suspending Congress? You want to do an enabling act? No, I'm just kidding. I mean, there's some crazy liberals, man. I've been thinking about some things that Trump might do, but I don't know. There's some crazy liberals that would do some crazy stuff that. Grock 3 is pumping. Is it pumping? Yeah, it's going back up. Dude, I might have just dropped frames. I'm sorry if I dropped frames there. Dude, it's got to at least go to 10 million. It reached around 3.7. Yeah, I think people are going to front run it. Look at this Cuban coin, this fake Cuban coin, down 100%. Yeah, we got to get Elon to start Yep, he's got it pinned right here. 46 million views. I don't know. He's promoting it here. I think Elon will be tweeting about it a ton tomorrow, but hopefully it runs tomorrow, man. Juan, what's up, man? You say we should align with China and Russia and conquer the entire world. Do you eat healthy? No judgment. I mean, I used to eat healthy. Yeah. Now I just eat kind of like a normal American, so probably not very healthy, honestly. Do you think Fetterman is going to vote for Cash? Who even cares, honestly? But at this point with Fetterman, Cash is going to be confirmed. You're right, though. It's dangerous. Millions of liberals genuinely think it's them versus fascists, and we don't deserve to live because we're traitors. I know. I mean, some of that is fake, though, to be fair. I mean, it's like, you know, when you think about it, we like to drum it up with these people, but how many of those people in real life do you really, even if they do believe it online, they would just they're just normal people. They don't really do shit in real life. I just think a lot of it's online, like terminally online. I never even. I appreciate the $5. I never even heard of this. Is this another legit country meme coin? This is it. This thing's had a nice pump. I'm not gonna lie. You got to get a macro tracker. Yeah, I mean, but I'm not a bodybuilder. I really don't need to do that, honestly. I mean, I guess if you really want to tone it in, you know, get yourself the Fitness Pal app, use that. That's fine. Online over sensationalism. Yeah, that's what it is. It's like these people would never do anything, so hopefully this hype continues for this. You wonder what Larry Silverstein's ethnicity is? I wonder why you put Juicebox there, man. That's I'm curious. Yeah, I did do a video on that. It's an interesting video in relation to 9/11 and him selling or him buying the World Trade Center complex a few months before 9/11. And there was a huge legal battle after the towers came down. He wanted the full insurance, or he wanted like multiple different terrorism insurance to cover it. He wanted like $7 billion, and the insurance companies only wanted to pay like two, and they settled at like 4.5 billion. And a lot of that money did go back into rebuilding it, but I think he only, in terms of buying the complex, he only put down like 40 million or something. Ashley St. Clair, is she crashing out still? Yeah, I don't know what happened to her. I mean, these people, they're like, this girl's a, you know, it's like, is she still tweeting? Can you believe the nerve of this gold digger? Well, at least she has self awareness. At least she has self awareness. Oh, man. 5 months ago, I welcomed the new baby into the world. Elon Musk is the father. Oh, man. Another one of these. Congrats, Ashley. Black heart. Silverstein, pull it. he's like, you know what? We've had such a great loss. Maybe we should just pull it. I mean, that's what he said on PBS. 20th century Latin American geopolitics and the military dictatorships of that time are interesting. And US CIA involvement of that shit, should do a video on it. I want to do a video on the Iraq war in relation to 9/11 and kind of that situation, how they blame 9/11 to go into Iraq. You can fix her. Yeah, I mean, but I mean, why is she angry? Like, did Elon not pay her child support or something? Like, you would think it would be like she's a multi-millionaire now because of Elon. That's how it works with these women. But she deleted whatever post she had. One time one of my friends was arguing that black people can't be racist. Well, that's what they went to, yeah. Because it the whole racism thing, it's mainly control. They want to have control. That's what a lot of it is based around. So it'd be great control of it. I mean, they can be racist against white people, but no, they don't have the power because they're minorities. Well, yeah, there are. What about white people, minorities, and I mean, the whites in general are minorities throughout the world. I mean, we built some good countries, and so we have majorities in some good countries. I don't know what to tell people. Elon pulled another pump and dump. Well, I mean, why is this bitch angry? I don't understand. Did Elon just ghost her? You'd think if you're Elon, you would just pay whatever it is. I mean, that's got to be a pain in the ass in child support, though. Because, I mean, how much does Musk make relative? I mean, is she going to demand like 6 figures a month in child support? Do you watch Louder with Crowder? No, I don't. I really never have watched much Steven Crowder. Not that I have anything against him. I watched his podcast with Joe Rogan when they debated, and I actually agreed with Crowder on that. And I think actually everyone agreed with him. That was when Rogan was being a total just asshole. I think Rogan was drunk or something. You guys remember that podcast with Crowder when Rogan was just acting like a bully, just like an annoying person. He was like, weed is amazing. Weed did the weed. It doesn't cause accidents. It's like, dude, no one wants to fucking smell weed all the time. It's just... This culture of just having babies outside of marriage is destroying traditional values. I'd say if you're in a relationship outside of marriage, unless it's gonna last, don't have kids. Yeah, I know it's this is just bad behavior. And then I mean, but all these people, dude, Elon has this crazy effect with these because Elon just controls so much with X and all of these people's revenue sources. It's through Elon. You remember these people? You know, you had if you had a successful X account or it was Twitter, you're not getting paid for that. I mean, I guess you could do some type of sponsorship, but I don't even know how that would really materialize. So all of these people rely on Elon Musk. So Elon has built this like praising echo chamber, but it's like the ultimate powerful echo chamber because these people, their paychecks rely on Elon Musk. So they legitimately, they work for Elon without actually working for it. Well, I mean, I guess in a way because he owns X and they make their money off of X. But Elon's created this thing where you've got powerful people that are pushed by Elon within X that are just total simps for Elon, and anything he does is good. Just remember the H-1B situation when the actual MAGA people were against the H-1Bs, and Elon Musk's point, which, I mean, Elon just wanted more cheap labor, and all the kind of the, I mean, I tweeted something about it. I think it's pretty funny, honestly. This is pretty good. This dude, you guys know this dude. This dude literally like went to the hospital because he had like an Elon Musk overdose or something. I mean, look at this dude. Yeah, these are all the simps. I mean, this is the orbiting. Tesla. Elon has a kid named Techno. Yeah, did you see his I was looking at his family a lot of his kids' names are actually normal, but I did see a few of them. The one kid with the X, I thought he named all of his kids like that, but apparently Techno and X, I think, are the only two weird ones. Dude, this is really what's going on. Look at Lex Freeman. Lex Freeman is in it. Dogecoin? Why does Dogecoin catch a... Dogecoin shouldn't be in this. If anything, Elon copied Dogecoin. Dogecoin was the OG, and then Elon adopted it. American citizens ain't having enough kids as it is. Yeah, but I don't think the answer is this type of culture where this is just bad degeneracy. I mean, I understand what you're saying, and I do, but I don't think this really fixes it. If anything, this just creates more broken homes and then more kids that are fucked up because they didn't have proper parental, guidance. X, yeah, there it is. That's the name right there. I was born in a small town. I was born in a small town. Yeah, this is pretty legitimate, honestly. I like memes like that. UK Prime Minister Starmer says he's ready to send troops to the Ukraine to enforce a peace deal with Russia. So maybe a peace deal is happening. Do you think Lex will interview Putin? I thought he already did. Or was that Zelensky? No, I think it was Zelensky. I don't know. It feels like he's been trying to for a while. When you interview Putin, it does, when Tucker did it, he did kind of come off as simping for Putin. So, that's something you have to take into account when you go and you interview him, because a lot of it's probably like, well, you go to Moscow, you're on their soil, you're going to be given, you must ask these questions, and it's intimidating. Should have included Tiffany Wong and her 20K payout. Yeah, remember that? Musk, Musk juiced that up and then told her, you better tweet out your payout. It's like, oh, you can make $20,000. You can make 20,000. And then she's like, I think it was because I interacted with like big accounts. And remember, she tried to explain it. She was like, well, I made 20K because, yeah, I didn't have as high interactions as other people that made 3,000. But I was interacting with Elon's account, and so that makes it, I mean, the payout system has got to be, I mean, they have like an actual system, I'm sure, based on interactions, and if there's more interactions with verified accounts, you probably get more money. I don't even know. I don't even have interactions to be able to even make it on X. Believe that. I'm not even in their monetization system. But what I think it is they probably have an actual standard thing where you make a certain amount, and then Elon will juice up the girls that he wants to fuck. He'll just juice them up and give them like an extra 20K and be like, you need to tweet this out now, so more people see that you can make $20,000 a month on X, and then you need to visit me. When is SPX going to do something? Well, dude, I think SPX it had a rebound. Did it not have a rebound? I mean, the coin had a rebound. It was at 52. It's at 70. Give it some time, man. Yeah, it was at 60. No, you got to give it time, man. SPX is a big daddy. SPX is a huge player. Oh, come on with this, dude. It's going to break out of this accumulation window. It'll break out this and go to 10 million. Just need it to break out of the accumulation window. Can IRS? I haven't even seen that one. Retard service. This is the one you're talking about. It's at 218K. I mean, I guess if Trump announces he's ending the IRS, it might pump actually. And it's actually in a nice window, but I don't know. Wow. Dude, this thing went to... Did this thing go to almost 600 million? Oh no, it has a bigger supply. Yeah, it has a bigger supply. I was gonna say. No, it only. I mean, I'd be like, damn. No, it only went to about 5-6 million. Mark, what's up, man? Penny. Yeah, because they're doing. I don't think it's gonna do well, dude. That was a narrative play. Yeah, this was a narrative play, and Penny. It's not relevant anymore. It's just not relevant anymore, man. I wouldn't buy it. Yeah, no, I wouldn't buy. I mean, you never know with crypto, but it's like you know, it mooned when it was in the news, and now they said they were doing away with the penny, so it went up. David, what I'll say on that is I think it would be discouraged. I think it would be heavily discouraged. It's more of an etiquette thing in public, if you know what I'm saying. You say it's at 100K? Yeah, this is it, 132. I don't know, man. Do, I mean, I don't have a lot of faith in this, honestly, looking at this, but speaking about Malay, he has a point on leftists taking an inch and taking a mile. We saw it with the LGBT people. Yeah, no, that's what they do. They'll slowly shift the cultural norm every few years. So that and Republicans finally realized that when it came to the LGBT stuff, they realized it late, but they realized it. Trump coin looks good. Come on, Trump coin, is it going back up? Wasting your time fiddling around with crypto? No, crypto can make you a lot of money, man. I mean, it definitely is a money drain if you're a newbie and stuff. It can be, but if you get in on certain coins with narratives, I mean, you could make some money. What happens first? Tariffs on Canada, Mexico, or end the Ukraine war? Well, from what I saw, Trump will probably. So they suspended the tariffs for a month. So I guess my thought is March 1st is when the tariffs would be, depending on a review. I mean, it just depends what Trump wants to do with the tariffs. In terms of the war ending within the next few weeks, it's hard to say. I don't know how long the negotiation process is going to play out. Surprised Ukraine never came up with a crypto scam. If they did, I didn't. No, they didn't. This is really the. I mean, there was the car meme, which was the Central African Republic coin. That was a scam. Honestly, I don't even know what happened to that coin. So this is a good example, actually. Like, this is the type of, this coin I think went to 800 million. Oh no, it went over a billion. It went to 1.1 billion. It's at 18 million now. So basically this coin went to $1.10 and now it's at under 2 cents. And it was promoted by, I don't know, the leader of a Central Africa or some bullshit. And people were saying, well, I mean, this is really what people, and I try to tell people not to buy this type of stuff. I mean, any celebrity coin, any country coin, this is another country coin. Do you think GTA 6 coin will pump? Yeah, I have both the Solana and the Ethereum one. The Ethereum one will probably do better just because Yeah, that's the main slot. Yeah, I mean, I think you have to wait though, dude. You have to wait for the trailer. Like, I'm expecting a 10x when the trailer comes out. Honestly, maybe that's too bullish. It might be too bullish. But I mean, it's been a really nice accumulation zone right now, man. This was when the first trailer came out. It went to like 7-8 million. But I mean, I think it's going to have way more sustained success because we know the game's coming out soon. Will you be buying the Switch too? No. I mean, I only have the I only really have an Xbox One S. I used to have, let's see, I had 360 first I had a 360, well, first I had an original Xbox, then a 360, then an Xbox One, then a 1S, like the block I have now. And then we also had a Wii. I had a Nintendo DS, then I had a DSi, I had an iPod Touch 4th generation, and then I didn't get my first phone, I think, until I was 14, 13, iPhone 5S. I think the original iPhone 5 and then the 5S. Yeah, that was basically like Xbox 360. It was the main console that I played when I was younger. GTA 6 not coming out in 2025. It likely is coming out in the fall of 2025. Yeah, probably November of 2025. Early November, late October. Or I think they did say it wasn't coming out in October, but I would be pretty surprised. Wait, is this the... Oh, this is just regular Grock. Yeah, even that's pumping, but we need the 3 to pump. Did you see that meme of the US-Canada game last night with Trump laying out Trudeau? Nah, well, I didn't see that, no. I saw Trudeau was there, like, laughing, and then they lost 3-1. I will never accept any decisions between the United States and Russia about Ukraine. Well, then how is there going to be a negotiation? I think he wants to be involved in the negotiation. That's what he's saying. Yeah, the dunk contest, these players don't even want to participate in the dunk contest nowadays. It's pretty crazy. Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine, that was a really good dunk contest. You are never getting your... What the fuck is this?
You are never getting your country back. You're getting your country back.
Is this about the US or the UK? Ireland. The government of Ireland granted citizenship to 5,000 foreigners this weekend and over 31,000. Dude, these college games, 33-17, a college baseball game. 17 runs scored in the 5th inning. Yeah, this is a symptom of liberalism. This is a symptom of liberalism. This is the product of liberalism. Just look at this. Observe this. Take some notes. This is just a symptom. NBA is finished. Yeah, the NBA is... They said the same for GTA 5 and Red Dead. Yeah, but... No, I think it was... Yeah, you are right. They did. But I feel like they've already... It feels like they've already delayed GTA 6 enough. Like, nobody was going to fucking sit here and think we were going to wait 12 years for a game. So it's like it's already delayed. They've already delayed it. It's a built-in delay. It's 12 years. They can't delay it again. What is it? This is like you do a science equation, and it's like liberal squared to the 2nd power creates this. Liberal to the 2nd times 2 divided by liberal times socialism equals this. It's amazing how rich Musk is. Well, I mean, Musk is just going to only keep getting. Musk will be a trillionaire, and I'm sure he's really happy. He's very happy to be the first trillionaire. I'm sure. Oh, bro, you're trolling with that. You're saying wood. You are trolling. I like that. It's a nice troll. When is the trailer coming out? It has to be coming out really soon, dude. Top experts said it was going to come out on Valentine's Day, but they have to rethink it. So the top experts are saying sometime in February. Mom? It's a hippopotamus. Is the Democratic Party dying? This is the face of the Democratic Party. This is the face of the modern day Democratic Party. This is like they announced this was their leader, their chairman. Do you think U.S. would ever? Do you think U.S. would even win a war against Iran? No, you can't win a war in the Middle East. There's no winning. For the United States, there's no winning. It leads to more war. It destabilizes the country, the Middle Eastern country, and leads to more war. When you're fighting wars, thousands of miles away, it's especially something like that to where it's not a world war, like an actual worthy cause. But they're talking about, they have a nuclear weapon now. The anti-white narrative is so obvious. Ethnically white countries are supposed to let foreigners in for diversity, yet they want the U.S. to give land back to Native Americans and Mexicans. Well, I mean, I really don't think, like, any liberal you would argue with probably wouldn't argue to give land back, honestly, because it makes no sense. The entire country, like, the country was built by white European people. Like, it's like, so how are these people going, like, how are they going to say, it just doesn't, like, that's just not how the world works. But the diversity narrative, I mean, diversity is our greatest strength. That's, that doesn't really make any sense. I mean, I guess you could have a debate on what actual diversity you're talking about, and it becomes a debate on definitions then. But I mean, what do you classify as an invasion as well? It's like, well, people think of an invasion as a foreign country doing it, just like what Russia did to Ukraine. Multiple of these shitty migrants have been interviewed in Europe, and they just all shit on the leaders because they know they're just exploiting all the benefits they get. Well, I mean, I'm just waiting for Europe at a certain point. It's going to be like, okay, we're shutting immigration down. I think even the liberal government said they were going to pause immigration or something in the UK. But I mean, at a certain point, it's like, no shit, they're going more right wing. What did you think was going to happen? You're importing people that have severely lower education levels. They're going to commit much more crime. They're below the poverty line. They have to be handed things from the government. And you're telling people it's a strength, and if you say anything is bad, it's racist. And you think people aren't going to turn right wing? Come on. Some cultures just aren't compatible, and that's perfectly okay. Well, unfortunately, you really can't say that. Or I don't know, maybe things might be changing a little bit to where you can say that and it'll be fine. But I mean, that you talk to liberals, that'll be deemed racist if you say that. I believe. When do you think the JFK files will be released? It's hard to say. They said they were doing a hearing in March. I'm sure there's a bet on this, actually, so we can just... First 100 days. So first 100... Wow. Dude, this is why I'm in that meme coin, because this is probably going to... Now, it was at around 88%. But so first 100 days, April 29th. Yeah, I mean, I would think if they're having a hearing in March, they're going to be declassifying this. This is probably going to be declassified before the end of April, I would say, man. You want the Epstein files? Yeah, well, they've actually got prop bets on this as well. Cash Patel released the Epstein. Is there an Epstein coin, I wonder? That might be one to look at. Cash Patel released the Epstein files on day 1, 7% chance. Who will be named in the Epstein files by June 30th? Where's Bill Clinton? Bill Gates, 43% chance. Problem is, in Europe, it's acceptable to call anyone who isn't socialist or communist ultra right wing. Well, yes, and they do it on purpose. It's just like calling everything conspiracy. It to try and erode the actual point that's being made. Try and give it less credit, so they can just label something far right. Stephen Hawking, I know people are talking about that. Thoughts on the G5 playoff? Because I think ESPN and the conferences could get a lot out of it. Cash coin. Yeah, I think there is a cash coin. We might have to look at the cash coin, honestly, as well. Because imagine Cash does do that. FBI director. Which one is this one's got the volume. Yeah, this is at 86K. Yeah, this is a quick 10x, not financial advice. Oh, actually, I mean, it didn't really do much yet. I mean, if he did release the Epstein list, then this would have to at least, I think, do a 10x. Oh, man, this thing's at 300K. Damn. God damn it, people front-runned me. Damn you. God damn. Imagine getting an entry into this coin at 36K. You motherfucker. See, this is the thing with these coins. This is the one I'm in. Yeah, this will do. This ought to do well. This ought to do well. Just let it accumulate. Let it accumulate. Yes. Oh, it went to 4 million? No, I don't know about that. Maybe it did have a wick to 4 million. Just wait for the files to come out. Just allow it to go to 20 million. Just allow it to do a quick 10x and it'll be fine. But the Epstein files, I mean, all these people are looking to get into these coins because they know this is coming out. They didn't bother with Bill or Hillary. What if they added Bill and it was like 99%? I tweeted that out. What's left on the JFK files to declassify? I feel like 95% been declassified. Well, apparently they found 2,000 more pages, or was it 4,000? I was just reading about it. They found a fuck ton more things to declassify on it, apparently. People are interested in connections about that situation, but we'll see if they allow them to be released. Prince Andrew is free money. I mean, don't they have videos with him there? I mean, right? Is that like... The thing that's annoying about this is it's like a progressive thing, so if you bet a lot, then you end up losing, you know. What are your thoughts on the software that matches your portfolio action to the insider? Yeah, I saw. So they've been doing that now to where you can copy the insiders. Like, you know, you just fund an account, a trading account, and then the insiders or the politicians make a trade, and then the software will copy it. I mean, I guess it's a good idea. I don't know. I mean, I'd like to see people actually do that with like 100K and see how much money they can make. Every single word relating to Israel and Mossad will be a black line. Well, I mean, obviously, look at just how Trump's treating Israel. There's no way that they would allow anything that to. But I'm just hoping it comes out and that people talk about it. U.S. aid was just the tip. Our tax dollars have been stolen to fund human and drug trafficking. Oh, it's horrible, dude. It has to be horrible. This is the first time an outsider's come in to try and, you know, oversee the problems that have been building up over decades and decades and decades and decades. That's why this is so good. And there's just no way you can be against this. I mean, outside of like, well, Musk is. I mean, the only thing they can really say is, and I'm not even sure they would have to have proof for this. Like, Musk is getting really favorable government contracts for his companies. I'm not even sure that's happened under Trump, though. I don't think it has. I mean, they would have to come up with proof for that. Because, I mean, Musk is very rich, and obviously, when you're in bed with the government like that, it's a little bit of a conflict. But, I mean, somebody has to do it. Somebody has to uncover this stuff. Do you recognize some of your subscribers? Yeah, I mean, I know, Chuck. I know you. You say some crazy stuff on here. Can't read some of this stuff. Yeah, I mean, I recognize some of these people. What's the latest with the drone bullshit? There are 4 over your house in central South Carolina right now. The problem is, whatever Trump said he was gonna tell us, he didn't say anything. They said it was a government exercise in New Jersey. It was possibly what I think the drones are. Maybe they're looking for. I mean, I don't know about South Carolina. Those might be just recreational, but I think they were either looking for some type of nuclear waste, or they were looking to see how the public would react to a bunch of drones flying. I think that's probably what it is, honestly, if I had to guess. Musk is too rich to be bribed. Well, it's not about him being bribed. It would be his influence within the government gives his companies really good standing and good contracts and low regulations, which honestly probably is good for the United States, but because you want those companies to thrive because of the amount of people they employ, the amount of money they make. Do you hold XRP? No, I don't. I've never held XRP. Wasn't thrilled about Marco, but believe he's full MAGA. Marco Rubio. I mean, Marco will say some good stuff, but it's just too much Middle Eastern Israel support, man. It's just it's not where we want to see MAGA directed. But I mean, Rubio is obviously very qualified, and he's able to communicate and have good interviews. There's no doubt about that. I'll agree with that. Thoughts on the Boston College Walls scam with Tim Walls? I didn't hear about that. Tim Walls, there's a name. There's a Tim Walls, dude. I'd have to go back and look at this, but it's an all-timer. This is an all-timer. I'll have to find this. Hold on. Actually, if I just go to this. Oh, nice. They've got it like this now, where you can easily see stuff. All right, here it is, guys. Tim Walz for president and Tim Kaine for VP. I'm not a white or a man, but if it takes 2 white men to get the people to vote Democrats, then it shall be the 2 white men, as long as they have my interests at heart. I love how she tries to qualify this as like, this is evil. These are white men. Tim Kaine and Tim Walz. The most forgettable VPs. This was just an all-timer. Hockey, I've seen some videos. It's really odd. It is really odd. Pepe, what's up, man? Might be the worst. Imagine it. Imagine they had Walls. Dude, you know, Walls is at like 9% right now. Oh, you know, it's probably, I think it's on Kelshi. Yeah, they're trying to be a competitor. They're trying to be a competitor. Like, look at this. Shaq's OG team. What the hell? Shaq and Chuck. Charles Barkley. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put. I think I'm feeling good right now. Wes Moore. I'm feeling good right now. Where's Tim Walls? Yeah, guys, this is what you need to do. This is real financial wisdom. Imagine Tim Walls, $3,000, the next president of the United States of America. Look up Aaron Rodgers' next team, the Browns. It's on Polymarket. Dude, why does he have a white shirt on there? Retires, really? Wow, I guess he's gonna retire. The Raiders or the Steelers? That would be interesting. All right, what should I look up on Polymarket? People literally forgot about Walls after November 5th. Yeah, well, that's what happens with these obscure VPs that lose, especially someone like Walls. But they didn't even have the right, like, they did the anti. If you run a minority female, you need an alpha dude, but then it would overshadow Kamala. So see, they have the problem with the ticket. They're trying to balance it, but I thought they were going to go with Shapiro, but I guess, you know, his views on Israel Palestine were too much for the far left liberals. They couldn't handle it, so they had to choose Walls, who's just this feminine dude. You think Stephen A. Smith could be a serious contender? Dude, you need to listen to him talk. He knows very little about politics. He knows a very small. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the barrier to entry is low. If you listen to him, dude, it's like, it's the grift of like, well, the Democratic Party needs to. Dude, like, to me, Jon Stewart is like a million times better than Stephen A. Like a million times. But I listen, I hope it's not Jon Stewart. I'm not a fan of Jon Stewart, but I'm just saying I think Jon Stewart would be like an outsider. Cash me outside. How about that? Do you live in Moscow? Yeah, Putin has me in a private jet. He gave me a private jet. I take it to and from Ohio to Moscow. Yeah, I'm the American Republican to Russia pipeline is strong and well. Me and Tim Pool were on the latest private jet together. It was a good time. Newsom out as governor. 9% chance. This dude literally just added it. This individual. All outsider 2028 matchup: Jon Stewart versus Tucker Carlson. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a path for Tucker. I don't think it's likely. I mean, but there is a path for him because he has the MAGA base. I mean, but what would happen with Vance? That's the question. Vance would have to be moved out of the way for Tucker. No Walls, no balls. 77L, thank you. Raz. Trump should run as Vance as VP. I know that's been talked about before. I mean, I think Trump could serve 2 years as president if he's VP, but then it's like they were talking about that with Obama, because if you serve 2 terms, you can run for VP, and then if something happens to Vance, Trump can serve 2 years or something. I think it's something along those lines. Bring your phone into the shower. When I was younger, I had a phone that I used to watch YouTube in the shower because I had a phone case that was waterproof. I have this. This is just a dinky phone case. I like really minimal phone cases. Like I think otter boxes or whatever they're called, when they have the screen over. I think that's dumb. I just have a very minimal phone case. You thought Tucker doesn't want to run for president? I mean, you know how this goes, though. These people change their minds 2 months later. They see, the potential, the opportunity. Don Jr. Yeah, I don't think Don Jr. would be a good pick, man. Because when you look at Don Jr., is he even on here? Yeah, he's at 5%. Sean, what's up, Bran? The whale has entered. The whale joins. You just raw dog it, no phone case. That's rough, man. How do you even set your phone down on a table with no phone case? iPhone or Android? I've always had an iPhone. I've always had Xboxes and I've always had iPhones. I never once had an Android, honestly. I mean, I have nothing against Androids. It's just I never had them. You got to get a screen protector. I haven't had a screen protector in like 7 years, honestly, dude, and I haven't had a problem with it. Imagine I just jinxed myself. I mean, this is an iPhone 15 because I got a family upgrade, and I was like, well, if I can get the new one, I'll get it. But I want to upgrade to the Plus or whatever, the bigger one. Did you hear about the Ashley St. Clair stuff already? Yeah, she's it's thought behavior. It's not good, man. It's not good in conservative grifters. It's a tale as old as time, and now she's complaining to him. I just don't understand, why is she complaining to Elon? Did Elon just say I'm not paying you, or it's, I don't know why she would make that public. Wait, Tulsi's at 10%? I didn't realize Tulsi went up that much. Stocks up pre-market. That's good. That's bullish. That's bullish. That's good, man. Max Pro. Yeah, you're right. That's what they're called now. iPhone 15 Max Pro, Pro Max. They really got to stop naming like the same phone 50 different things, but Don Jr. says good things, but he doesn't come off as genuine. Yeah, Don Jr. just doesn't have it. To me, he also comes off as a little bit less. He says good stuff, I agree, but it's just not. It comes off less genuine. And plus, he's with how he grew up. I mean, Trump obviously grew up rich as well, but Trump, it seems like he's more. It seems like Don Jr. is just in such a big shadow of Donald, of his father. Did Trump really abandon his no tax on tips overtime? I don't think so. I didn't see it. I don't know where it said he abandoned it. I didn't see any headline like that. You like Don Jr. as a person, not as a presidential candidate? Yeah, I mean, I just think there's just something there's just something that doesn't fit. Mike, dude, Mike, I understand, Mike. I understand what you're trying to do. Kung Fu One, thank you. Are you in your parents' basement? No, I'm not. Mike, you got to stop, man. You're trying to track me. I understand what you're doing. He's currently banned in Brazil, and if he was eligible to run, learned a bit of English. Who are you talking about? You were thinking of his younger, his other son, yeah, Baron. They all, MAGA loves Baron, that's for sure. Demands 250 billion from the West to keep the war from ending. I mean, it's the money. I mean, even the UK, it looks like it's trying to end this war. It seems like it's drying up for Ukraine. Don Jr. comes off as more of a politician when he talks than his dad for some reason. Yeah, well, they all have fake teeth, man. Seems like everyone has fake teeth. I'm into soccer. No, I'm not into soccer. Was your election night stream your biggest stream? Yeah, by far, honestly. I mean, I think my second biggest stream is like maybe 1/10, honestly. 1/10 the views. Look for Pam Bondi to be a sleeper VP pick. For Vance, yeah, I mean, it just depends on how well she does. I mean, I feel like they would go with that's definitely an outside the box thought because no one's talking about her. I guess it just depends on how she does in the administration. But I mean, I feel like they'd go with Tulsi over her. I mean, the VP really, it's just like doesn't really it matters because Vance has been good, but just messing with you, bro. Ella, thanks for your hard work. My Kung Fu, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Eric Trump is much more presidential. Yeah, but Eric doesn't have the following. I don't think he doesn't really. I like Eric honestly, but he's definitely more of a businessman. It feels like as well. But Eric definitely to me comes off as less smug. I will say that just in terms of when they talk, Eric comes off more genuine. I think people, but Eric does less politics. He's more behind the scenes. That's why Don Jr. is more known. I feel like than Eric. You were talking about Bolsonaro. Do you watch the NBA All Star Week and stuff? I used to when I was younger. I don't watch it anymore, man. It's just not good. I mean, they have like these G leaguers who perform the dunks. It's a crap. What's the purpose of that? Sup? What's up? What's going on? Marco Rubio, 28. I mean, they might choose him as a VP option. I don't see. I mean, how is Rubio going to usurp Vance? Maybe as a VP option. I know people have been talking about him for that. You don't want a dynasty. Yeah, I agree. I think these people are kind of obsessed. I mean, there's just a base. You know, this is MAGA, and a lot of these people are just, you know, it's normal for someone to, people crave a leader. You know, they want that. It's just what people want. So Trump obviously has definitely become this leader in which people will just follow, and you know, it's understandable. It happens. It's happened all throughout history. But you know, when they start talking about Barron and these kids like 18 years old, I mean, these people are serious. Like they want Barron. They, you know, it's like people need to calm down a little bit. But I mean, it doesn't really matter. But there is a loyalty to Trump that is just, it's an impressive loyalty that Trump's been able to put on with, you know, with MAGA. And obviously Trump has earned his stripes. I mean, look at the assassination attempts. You know, the courage of that. It's NBA peaked in the 90s. I mean, I wasn't around, but I liked the NBA in like 2013, 2014, honestly. Will you come back to Dallas one day? I never lived in Dallas, brother. You want a dictator to advance your agenda? Yeah, well, they do put in new laws very easily. That's for sure. Which family would you pick? Kennedy's, Reagan's, Clinton's, Bush's, Obama's. Obama's. I mean, I feel like it would be the Kennedys, honestly, if we had something like that, just based off of all of their family history when U.S. politics. David Stern better than Adam Silver. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that, but also, dude, it's just it's this modern generation as well. It's not even just Adam Silver, like it's a general thing with like the whole idea of, oh, they've got their, you know, workers' rights and stuff, but they just, I mean, I think Stern would be better at getting these players to not rest and stuff, but even still, it's just more about, everything nowadays is all about optimizing for the playoffs. That's all it is. The product be damned. You know, they ruin the product in the regular season because it's all about, well, you know, this game doesn't matter because the playoffs, and, you know, what if I get injured? What if I pull a hamstring? Congrats on 250K subs. Thanks, man. By popularity, who is next in line to be president? What do you mean? I mean, by just raw popularity? It depends who wants to run. I mean, but there's a lot of people that are popular that would never run for president. Thoughts on Canada hockey game? It was fun to see. And good to see, you know, US beat them. Do you think Drew Aller has enough for being an NFL QB? Yeah, I mean, he has the size. I think people compare him to Josh Allen, honestly. I mean, he doesn't move as well as Allen does, though. But he's going back to Penn State. Penn State is returning like that entire team. How much money do you think Doge can cut? I don't know. I saw there was a goal of 2 trillion. I don't know if that's possible, but at least half a trillion, hopefully. I don't know. They've cut like 50 billion so far. I guess different people are gonna have different numbers. It just depends on where you look. I would just look on their website. I mean, the good thing is it's very transparent on what they're cutting, and a lot of the stuff they're cutting is in relation to DEI and civil rights and all that type of shit. And also they're going to be cutting jobs, government jobs. comebacks to when people call Trump a Nazi or a felon. Well, a Nazi to me is, I mean, you're calling Trump a Nazi, you've lost the argument. The felon, yeah, you could definitely argue that, especially with the way the courts were in New York and the peculiarness of them. I mean, but even when you do that, you kind of legitimize their point when you try and argue with it. There's different ways to argue it, but I mean, it was pretty crazy on what they did to make him a felon, and it was obvious that it was a tactic to have him be labeled something for the election cycle in particular. And you could kind of tell that when it wasn't working, they went away from it. They stopped calling him a felon. But I mean, if he's a felon, I mean, there's been other presidents that have done a lot worse stuff than what Trump did with Stormy Daniels, which honestly, he was victimized in that case, which is kind of funny because he told her to shut up and she didn't. And he gave her money to do it. When do you think the Ukraine war will end? I'd say relatively soon. I don't know. A lot of this is just such bullshit. Like Zelensky, what else is Zelensky really going to say? It doesn't really matter. If the European countries now want the war to be over and they're sending troops to get the war over, Zelensky really has nothing. He really can't say anything. I mean, I think he's just saying random shit to try and get leverage in a negotiation. What do you think of the Muslim problem in Europe? Well, I mean, I can't believe that the native people of those countries have allowed that to happen. You know, they've put the people in place and in power. There has to, and I think they're waking up. I mean, you can tell that the conservative movements there are starting to get more traction, but it's just, you have to wonder if it's too late there in terms of the amount of the immigrants that have come in, and it's all about like you have to accept the immigrants or you're racist. But it's like at some point these people are just not going to buy that shit, and I think they're starting to not buy it. George Droid is going to make an epic comeback. Is it down in price? Maybe I'll take a look at that one, man. Maybe I'll take a look at that one. I mean, dude, this thing's at freaking thing's at 24 million in market cap. That's pretty solid for a Solana meme. I mean, it is. Yeah, this thing is going to do very well, I think. It's very good price action. Are you aware of Tommy Robinson? Yeah. He's in prison still, I think. Yeah, I saw a lot of right-wing people hating on him. I mean, I somewhat followed it. Dude, this is just such a weird, I mean, what is this? What kind of a pose is this? I just Oh my goodness. It's the same pose. Nah. Not the Melania team. The Melania team. You think ICE needs to try harder? Well, I mean, it's not necessarily about trying hard. They need to be, I guess, funded better to be able to identify some of these illegals and deport them quicker. But I'm not sure what their protocols are on who they're getting. Have they opened the net yet in terms of how wide they're, because at a certain point they'll just get any illegal, and that's when I think we'll start seeing numbers into like 3,000 or 4,000 per day. What's with the XRP, guys? XRP, come on. Yeah, I've got 1 million XRP. I'm huge into the. I'm part of the XRP army. I'm part of the XRP army, actually. You put a good amount into George Droid. Well, dude, I mean, depending on when you got into that, you're making some money. That coin's done very well, and it's been on an upward trajectory for a while now. Yeah, this coin is gonna. I mean, I'm just concerned people are gonna front run it tomorrow. That's the problem. I mean, it's definitely when it reaches. Hopefully, it reaches the next level of like at least 10 million. I'm hoping. XRP is crap. Yeah, I mean, you're just not gonna make a lot of money off XRP, honestly, man. Your life savings depend on George Droid. Well, you're in good hands. Melania, yeah, here's Melania. Melania just announced she's running for president. This is her cover photo. Dude, this is just such an annoying photo to look at. Just because it's the meme coin. I just can't. Yeah, look at this. This is what I wanted Trump to take, all of this land. Just as a hypothetical. Nunavut, Northwest Territories, Yukon. You already have Alaska. There's Greenland. And you've just got all of this. And you just leave, you just let them have all this shit. I mean, I wouldn't want Trump to take all of Canada. I never said I wanted Trump to do that. People said I was trying to promote globalism, but I don't want Trump to take Canada. Is Ethereum a good buy? I like Ethereum. No, dude, Ethereum's not a good buy. But Ethereum will do a 3 or a 4x. Let's give it some respect. Now, Ethereum will go to like 12K, so that's like 5x, honestly. All right, guys, I'm gonna head off. That's gonna do it for this. That's a lot of nice territory. The UK labeled Pakistani gang. Yeah, they labeled them Asians. I know. It's hard. It's crazy that even exists, and then they did that on purpose. You're right. All right, guys. I'll probably stream tomorrow with the Grock 3 release coming out. Yeah, I'll probably stream it tomorrow. Seoul casino trenches are in bad shape. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. Yellowknife, Northwest Territories is the most badass. Yeah, I always look at Yellowknife's weather. They got really cold weather in Yellowknife. Yellowknife is a really badass name for a city. There's no doubt about it. Are you frustrated that ever since Trump's coin, the crypto market has done crap? Yeah, I mean, I'm not too happy, but it was also Melania's coin, and then the tariffs are another thing, and all these other celebrity launches as well.